Welcome race fans to Mont-Tremblant. We're here for the third event of the Sprint Race Championship, and it's a beautiful Thursday evening in 1969.
This circuit demands absolute precision, especially in these intense 20-minute plus one lap sprint races. As a driver, you're always on the limit.
Indeed, tonight sees 3 races. This is race 7 of 15, and the championship battle is truly taking shape. Jimmy Lindo still leads overall, but Martijn Mol and Rich Snape are tied for second, with Snape having 2 wins already.
That tells you everything. Consistency against outright pace. Plus, we've got the Pro-Am and AM class battles running hot. Every point is vital here.
David Constableberry on pole for this race. A strong start for the Pro-Am driver, currently 5th in the overall championship standings.
P1 is always great, but it brings its own pressure. Having Lindo, the championship leader, right next to you at the start, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Jimmy Lindo, our overall championship leader and top AM class driver, starting P2. What a position to extend his lead. Then we have Chris Stokes in 3rd, another Pro-Am looking for a good points haul, and AM driver Joel Lemrich in P4.
Rich Snape, tied for 2nd in the championship, starts P5. He's already got 2 wins, so don't count him out from there. He'll be pushing hard from the moment the lights go out.
And down in P12, Dominic Fovargue, P7 in the championship. He's got some work to do to get into the points-paying positions tonight. And the lights are out. We are green at Mont-Tremblant.
What a launch. Jostling for position into turn 1.
Jareth Hallam, the Pro-Am driver, already making moves in these opening moments up into P9.
That's a good start for Hallam, gaining a spot so early. Getting ahead of Neil Goguen, that's positioning himself well for the run through the Essex.
Tim Weller, starting P13, has made up ground already, now challenging for P11.
Every position counts in these short races. If you can pick up a couple of places early, it sets you up for the entire sprint.
Chris Stokes, starting in P3, is really putting pressure on Jimmy Lindo right now.
Stokes wants that 2nd spot. He's a Pro-Am driver looking to close the gap to the championship leaders. This is where he can make a statement.
Adam Tyas, our AM class driver, is on a charge. He's just taken Neil Constableberry for P7.
And what a move. Tyas is flying. He's now passed Chris Stokes and into 6th position. Incredible pace from the Matra.
Oh, a change at the front as Rich Snape, our 2-time race winner, has just moved past Jimmy Lindo. Lindo is now down to 4th place.
That's a huge move for Snape, putting pressure on the championship leader. When you're in Lindo's position, you can't afford to lose ground to drivers like Snape.
And Lindo's in a real battle now. He's dropped further down the order, now P7, but immediately fighting back and taking Joel Lemrich.
He did. But Chris Stokes has just made a move on Lindo as well. What a scrap for the championship leader. Then Lindo gets Lemrich back again just seconds later.
Chris Stokes making a move now. He's just taken Neil Goguen for P5.
But Goguen is not giving up that easily. He immediately fights back and reclaims the position from Stokes.
And once again, Stokes makes the pass stick, diving past Goguen into P5. What a battle between those two. Chris Stokes continues his charge. He's just taken Neil Constableberry for P4. What a move by the Pro-Am driver.
And Constableberry is now losing another spot to Neil Goguen. Then he's into the barriers. A tough moment for the AM class driver.
Joel Lemrich, our AM class race winner, is making a push now, taking Jareth Hallam for P8.
He really wants those points for the AM championship. That's a good solid pass, and it's all about making those moves count.
John Boontaki's making a move. The AM driver has just overtaken Tim Weller, moving into P10.
Every point matters, especially for these AM class drivers. Getting into that top 10 is a real achievement here.
Oh, a moment there for Tim Weller. He's gone into the barriers.
That's a tough break for Weller. He was just outside the points. Mont-Tremblant bites again.
Trouble for Dominic Fovargue and Thomas Kruger-Dorado. They made contact on track.
Fovargue got the worst of that. Kruger-Dorado has managed to get by him for P11 now.
Phil Bodkin with a late charge. He's just taken Thomas Kruger-Dorado for P11.
Every position is vital in these closing stages. Bodkin wants those extra points for his AM class championship.
John Boontaki's making a move past Joel Lemrich into P8. A fantastic overtake.
Oh, and further back, Lemrich is involved in an incident with Jareth Hallam. They've made contact.
David Constable-Berry takes the checkered flag. A brilliant wire-to-wire victory from pole for the Pro-Am driver.
What an important result for him. He was P5 in the championship, and this win will propel him up the standings. Truly a fantastic drive.
Rich Snape crosses the line in second. What a performance from P5 on the grid.
Absolutely stellar drive. He's already tied for second in the championship, and this result just strengthens his claim. 2 wins, and now a second place here.
Adam Tyas comes home in third place. An incredible drive from P7 on the grid.
Third place for an AM driver. That's huge. He'll be delighted with those championship points. What a race for Tyas.
What a race here at Mont-Tremblant. David Constable-Berry takes a dominant win from pole, a crucial result for his Pro-Am championship hopes.
Rich Snape's second place from P5 shows his incredible pace, a real statement drive. But the standout for me was Adam Tyas, P3 as an AM driver, fantastic.
Indeed. Jimmy Lindo had a tough race, dropping down the order, which could really shake up the overall championship picture with 8 races still to come.
Absolutely. This race had it all: overtakes, contact, and major swings in momentum for several key championship contenders.
Welcome back. After a thrilling race 7, the championship standings have seen a major shake-up. Rich Snape now lead the overall championship.
That's what you call making a statement. Snape, with 2 wins and that second place, has jumped Jimmy Lindo. Momentum is everything in these sprint races.
Absolutely. David Constable-Berry's win propels him from 5th to 2nd. And Jimmy Lindo, our previous leader, has dropped to 3rd, tied with Martijn.
And don't forget Adam Tyas. P3 in the last race means he shot up from P18 to P13 overall. Incredible for an AM driver, really puts him in contention for his class.
And what an interesting grid we have for race number 8. It's a reverse grid, meaning our top finishers from the last race start from the back.
This is where it gets really tactical. Dominic Fairview on pole. He's 6th in the overall championship. He'll be looking to capitalize on this opportunity.
Absolutely. But look at the back of the grid. Rich Snape, our new championship leader, starts P13. David Constable-Berry, who won the last race, is right behind him in P14.
As a driver, starting that far back is a real mental game. You have to be patient but aggressive, knowing you have to pass so many cars to get into contention.
Joel Lemrich, P8 in the championship, starts P5. And our previous race hero, Adam Tyas, who climbed from P18 to P13 in the standings, starts P12. He's got work to do again. The lights are out, and we are green for race 8 at Mont-Tremblant.
Here we go. Expect fireworks with this reverse grid. Everyone is fighting for track position.
Jimmy Lindo, starting from P10, is already making quick work of the field, up into P10 after passing Neil Gogan.
And that's what you need from the former championship leader. He's gained a further 2 places, now up to P8 after taking Phil Bodkin and Neil Constable-Berry.
Rich Snape, our new championship leader, starting from P13, is already making quick progress through the pack.
He's flying. He's already picked up several places, passing Adam Tyas and Phil Bodkin, now into P10. The Ferrari is hooked up.
Trouble brewing in the midfield. Chris Stokes is involved in contact, first with Phil Bodkin, and then a heavy incident involving Adam Tyas and David Constable-Berry.
This is exactly what you feared with the reverse sprint. Tyas and Constable-Berry both caught up in that incident with Stokes, losing crucial ground right at the start.
Joel Lemrich, who was leading earlier, has just been overtaken by Thomas Kruger-Dourado, dropping him into P2.
And the AM class driver is under pressure. He's now dropped to P4 after moves from Dominic Fairview and John Vitakis.
Lemrich is still battling hard in the mid-pack, but David Constable-Berry has just slipped past, putting him into P13.
Oh no, we've got contact. Jimmy Lindo has driven into the back of Joel Lemrich, and this is under safety car conditions.
Stewards are giving Jimmy Lindo a warning for that unsafe overtake under safety car. Lemrich is now down to P14 after being passed by Adam Tyas.
What a chaotic sequence for Lemrich. But he's not giving up, immediately fighting back to take a place from Adam Tyas. Pure grit there.
And the safety car is out on track. We're under caution here at Mont-Tremblant.
This will bunch everyone up and reset the race. For drivers who lost places, it's a second chance. For those leading, it's about managing that pressure.
The field has bunched up behind the safety car, and it's coming in this lap. Get ready for the restart.
This is where things get really intense. Drivers will be pushing immediately, looking for any advantage into turn one. Nobody wants to be caught sleeping.
Tim Weller, starting from P2, will be looking to hold his ground at this crucial restart after the safety car.
He needs to be absolutely focused into the first corner. Maintaining that position will be key to getting some good championship points.
Tim Weller is losing positions rapidly here. Rich Snape and Chris Stokes both find a way past him.
And Weller is into the barriers. He's really struggling, immediately losing more places to David Constable-Berry and Joel Emmerich.
He's had another incident with the barriers. This has been a very difficult sequence for Weller, dropping him all the way down the order. Neil Gogan under pressure now from championship leader Rich Snape, who just took P9.
But Gogan immediately fights back. He's not giving an inch, reclaiming the position from Snape.
And Snape isn't done. He takes P9 back from Gogan. What a scrap for those vital points.
Gogan responds yet again. This is incredible wheel-to-wheel racing between the two. He's back ahead of Snape.
This time Snape makes it stick into P9, but watch out. Jimmy Lindo is involved in contact with Neil Gogan. Trouble for the race 7 winner, David Constable-Berry. He's made contact with Dominic Fovargue.
Stewards are giving Constable-Berry a warning for that. He's now lost a position to Rich Snape. Costly error there.
David Constable-Berry makes a move on Dominic Fovargue, taking P7.
And we have contact. Neil Gogan has punted Dominic Fovargue. Stewards are giving Gogan a penalty for that.
Fovargue is into the barriers after that contact. He's immediately dropped more places, now into P10 after Jimmy Lindo gets past. Phil Bodkin with a move on Dominic Fovargue, taking P9, but Fovargue immediately gets that place back.
They are really fighting for this. Bodkin is back past Fovargue now into P9. This is great racing for those AM class points.
Oh no, we have an incident. Jimmy Lindo is involved in contact with Phil Bodkin.
Stewards are looking at that immediately, and it's a penalty for Jimmy Lindo for an unsafe rejoin. That's a costly error for him.
And because of that, Phil Bodkin is now ahead of Lindo, moving into P8. What a turn of events there.
That's going to be a tough pill to swallow for Lindo. You can't make mistakes like that in a sprint race.
Contact between Thomas Kruger-Darado and David Constable-Berry. Kruger-Darado has lost control under braking.
Stewards are giving Kruger-Darado a warning for that. And he's lost the spot to Constable-Berry, then crashes into the barriers. A big moment.
Oh, Adam Tyas has found the barriers. A tough break for the AM class driver after his strong showing in the last race.
That's a real shame for Tiaz. He was looking for another good points haul. He's lost a position to John Buntakis as a result.
He's trying to recover, but he's dropped further down to P10 now. Joel Emmerich has found a way past.
Yeah, that damage will be making it very difficult for him to maintain pace. You need perfection at Mont-Tremblant, and any contact costs you.
John Buntakis making a late move on Thomas Kruger-Darado into P7.
Every single point matters in these final laps. That's a strong move from Buntakis for the AM Championship.
Martijn Mol takes the checkered flag. From P8 on the reverse grid to a fantastic victory.
What a drive from Mol. That's a huge haul of points for the Pro Class driver, and it puts him right back in contention for the overall championship.
Chris Stokes crosses the line in second. From P15 on the grid. What an absolutely sensational drive.
Incredible. That's a huge boost for the Pro-Am driver. To come through the entire field like that, truly a masterful performance.
Rich Snape takes third place. Another fantastic result for our championship leader, coming from P13.
He just keeps delivering. Even with the reverse grid and the chaos, Snape manages to secure a podium, the mark of a true champion.
What a phenomenal race 8 here at Mont-Tremblant. Martijn Mol takes a sensational victory, battling through from P8 on this challenging reverse grid.
And the drive of the race for me has to be Chris Stokes, P2 from P15. That's a huge boost for the Pro-Am driver. Rich Snape also proved his championship medal with a P3 from P13.
An absolutely chaotic race with multiple incidents and a safety car period. The championship battle is really heating up with 7 races remaining.
Exactly. Every point gained, every penalty received makes a massive difference now. It shows you how tough it is to be consistent in these sprint races.
Welcome back to Mont-Tremblant for race 9. And what a difference the last race has made to our championship. Martijn Mol and Rich Snape are now tied for the lead.
Mole's win was absolutely critical. He was P3 before that race, and now he's level on points with Snape. That's a huge psychological shift in the championship.
David Constable-Berry is now P3, while Jimmy Lindo has dropped from P3 to P5. And Chris Stokes, after that incredible P2 finish, has jumped from P12 to P8 overall.
This championship is incredibly tight at the top now. 7 races left, and the pressure is really mounting for everyone, especially for these Pro and Pro-M class drivers.
Martijn Mol on pole position for race 9. What a place to be for the driver now tied for the championship lead.
This is exactly where Mole wants to be to try and break that championship tie. With Jimmy Lindo right alongside him, it's going to be an intense run into turn 1.
Jimmy Lindo, P5 in the standings, starting P2. He'll be desperate to make up for his recent drop in points. David Constable-Berry, P3 in the championship, starts P3. He's looking to build on his strong performance from race 7.
And our other championship co-leader, Rich Snape, starts P5. He's proven he can come through the field, but he'll want a clean start to challenge the leaders.
Further back, Chris Stokes, P8 in the championship, starts P14. He has a lot of ground to make up after his heroic drive in the last race. And we are green for race 9 at Mont-Tremblant.
The final sprint of the evening is underway, and it's a huge launch from the front row.
Joel Lemrich, starting P15, is already on the charge, looking to make up positions quickly.
From the back of the grid, the AM driver will be aggressively trying to find gaps. Every gained position is crucial for him.
John Boontakis is making good progress from P13. He's just taken Phil Bodkin.
And the Matra is on the move. Boontakis has also slipped past Thomas Kruger-Dorado, now into P10. Great start for him.
Tim Weller, starting P12, is looking strong in these opening laps. He's up into P11 now.
After a difficult race last time out, Weller's really trying to put himself in a good position to score some points for the AM Championship.
Phil Bodkin with a move on Joel Lemrich. Bodkin takes P13.
Every spot matters, even towards the back of the grid. That's a good clean pass from Bodkin as he tries to climb the AM class order.
Chris Stokes, our P2 finisher from the last race, is making progress now, taking Thomas Kruger-Dorado for P11.
He's trying to repeat that amazing performance, but he's just gone into the barriers. A big hit for Stokes.
That's going to be a real setback for Stokes. He was trying to climb the field again after starting P14.
He needs to get that car sorted quickly. The damage could severely impact his pace for the rest of this sprint.
But he's back out and fighting. He's just taken Dominic Fovardieu for P10. Incredible recovery.
Unbelievable determination from Stokes. To have that crash and immediately come back with a pass, that shows his racing pedigree.
But Fovardieu is not giving up that easily. He's just taken that position back from Stokes. What a fight. Neil Constable-Berry makes a move on Adam Tyas, taking P5. A strong move by the AM driver.
Constable-Berry is looking really good here. Those are important points in the AM class battle, and he's driving with confidence.
Contact between Jimmy Lindo and David Constable-Berry. Lindo has punted Constable-Berry.
Stewards are on that straightaway, and it's a penalty for Jimmy Lindo. That's a huge blow to his championship hopes.
And because of that incident, Rich Snape has now taken P3, moving ahead of Lindo. Constable-Berry also drops behind Lindo after that impact. Chris Stokes continues his amazing recovery. He's just taken Jareth Hallam for P7.
Oh no. Contact between Neil Gogan and Jareth Hallam. Gogan locked up under braking and hit Hallam.
And the stewards have given Neil Gogan a penalty for that contact. Hallam has gone into the barriers and dropped to P9. David Constable-Berry making a move on Adam Tyas into P5. A crucial pass.
Constable-Berry is fighting hard for those championship points. He needs a strong finish after the earlier incident with Lindo.
Joel Lemrich makes a move on Dominic Fovardieu, taking P10.
Lemrich is pushing for every position. That's a good clean pass, and it puts him into the points-paying positions.
Adam Tyas with a fantastic move. He's just taken Chris Stokes for P6.
What a battle for those midfield positions. Tyas, an AM driver, really putting pressure on the Pro-Ams now. A strong drive from him.
Oh no, Chris Stokes is in the barriers again. A tough end to what was a valiant recovery drive.
That's a real blow for Stokes. He's now lost a position to Adam Tyas. This circuit is unforgiving if you make a mistake.
Trouble for Neil Goguen. He's gone into the barriers.
That's a real shame for the AM class driver. Mont-Tremblant really testing these drivers tonight.
Chris Stokes takes P6 from Adam Tyas. What a late move in these final moments.
Stokes just keeps finding a way. He's a Pro-Am driver pushing hard for those valuable championship points in the final stages.
Martijn Mol takes the checkered flag. A dominant lights to flag victory here in race 9.
Absolutely fantastic drive from Mole. That's his second win of the night, and he really stamped his authority on the championship with that performance.
Rich Snape crosses the line in second. Another brilliant performance from our championship co-leader, coming from P5.
He just keeps delivering. Even with all the chaos, Snape ensures he's right up there, securing massive points for the championship.
And right behind him, Jimmy Lindo takes third place. A strong recovery after some difficult moments, finishing just behind Snape.
To get P2 and P3 like that, so close together, it shows the intensity. Every meter counts in these final moments. You're pushing for everything you've got.
What a way to end the evening at Mont-Tremblant. Martijn Mol takes a brilliant lights to flag victory, his second win of the night.
Mole really put his stamp on this championship, now clear at the top, and Rich Snape, P2, just consistently performing. Jimmy Lindo bounced back with P3 after some tough moments, including that penalty.
Indeed, penalties for both Lindo and Neil Goguen, showing just how intense the battles were out there. Chris Stokes had a roller coaster of a race, with crashes and incredible recovery.
This triple header has been absolutely thrilling. The championship fight is tighter than ever with Mole and Snape at the top, and only 6 races left. Every point is going to be vital.
What an incredible evening of racing here at Mont-Tremblant. 3 thrilling sprint races have completely reshaped our championship landscape.
Martijn Mol has been the standout performer, taking 2 wins tonight to rocket from P2 in the standings to our new championship leader. His mantra was simply flying.
Rich Snape finishes the night in second overall, showing incredible consistency, and David Constableberry jumps from 5th to 3rd. But it's been a tough evening for Jimmy Lindo, who started P1, now dropping to P6.
Chris Stokes also had a phenomenal evening, climbing from P9 to P5 overall. This championship is wide open now with only 6 races remaining. You don't want to miss the next event.